we were talking about the orbiters of Doc. Very risky to say anything until DMs get leaked or sent out. Now, here's one thing you know for sure. You ready for this, Steve? Doc has a copy of those DMs. I know that much. That he definitely, in that legal case, and first off, I already know, I can already smell how this legal case went. Doc got banned from Twitch. Okay, why? Because, first off, let me take a step back. Allegedly, let me just go ahead and...
Why are we doing the allegedly now? I thought we could say literally whatever the we wanted to say.
I'm just being careful, trying to prepare and protect the nest egg. Anyways, allegedly, okay, Twitch can read DMs, okay? And if Twitch can read DMs, that's interesting. That's something that Twitch may not have wanted to have be out in the public at that moment in time. So my thinking is that Twitch is reading your DMs and they see, maybe they don't like Doc or for whatever reason, or maybe there's a keyword that comes up, but they see in Doc's DMs, something's coming up and they don't like what they see when they're reading through it, and they escalate it to a superior. And the superior says, this is omega up, whatever this is, allegedly. Doc is allegedly going to be meeting up with allegedly a minor or allegedly coming up here at TwitchCon. We got to do something. We got to ban this guy. We can't have this allegedly happen, this event. So as a result of that, they ban him. Now, Doc thinks he has a case because he's like, hey, listen, I didn't anyone. Why the are you banning me? You can't do that. I haven't done anything against your terms of service to actually be worthy of ban. Like, you're banning me for what? Thought crimes?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Kick on.
No, I'll wait until you're done.
You're slouching so much. So now I have to do this. No. Don't do now.
I'm going to go back from slouching to not slouching. I slouch and then not slouch.
Go ahead. That's good. I slouch all you want. Go. There you go. Now you're in frame. Okay? Are you happy? Go ahead.
I slouch and not slouch. Okay?
Slouch.
Okay.
Okay, so they were looking. Yeah, go ahead.
You made me lose my train of thought. So anyways, okay.
Doc messages Twitch. They're like, what's going on? Yep.
Yeah, no, okay. So basically, Twitch bans Doc. I think that's what they're doing. They're like, okay, we can't.
Wait, you really think this happened with no communication? They absolutely communicated ahead of time they were going to ban him. There was absolutely back and forth here.
Here's
never mind. You give your whole take.
Here's the interesting part. Now you have to also take Doc on this. Doc says, remember, multiple times, I have no idea why I got banned. Twitch has said nothing to me. Do you remember that coming up?
That was his public statement, yes.
Doc says, I have no idea. This is, I'm starting to think he's not a real doctor either. Okay, that one didn't land as good as I thought.
He might not be a real doctor, but there is a reason why they call me mother.
Okay,
anyways. Let me put it that way. Okay. What? We're not gonna.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's watch a video. You brought up the video
I'm looking
thing.
To try
so
Doc did say, I have no idea why I got banned. That was his statement. The question is, was he lying? I think.
He said he was. He's probably not a doctor, right? Maybe a pediatrician.
Definitely not a doctor. He was. To me, he knew why he got banned pretty quickly. I would assume, allegedly. Absolutely. And what else? So the situation that we have now is a sticky one. Twitch has banned Doc because they have him dead to rights. He's allegedly messaging a minor via the Twitch DMs product and trying to meet up or something along those lines. And they're like, okay, we got to get this guy off. So they do it. And it's a bad look for Twitch to be like, hey, our superstar that we've been promoting, like Pokemon levels, was trying to meet up with a minor, so we're just going to say nothing. Doc is like trying to think, okay, how do I spin the fact that I got permanently banned? I'm just going to say, I have no idea. That's weird. Haha. And go from there. But at the end of the day, it was the perfect storm of Twitch not wanting it to leak and Doc not wanting it to leak.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. This is like, it doesn't serve either party.
That's why it didn't get out, is because it looks bad for Twitch. Why? One, it looks bad for Twitch because they're reading your DMs. That's not something that any company wants to kind of go out there and say.
Isn't that? I think that's pretty standard. Like, I think even Gmail
to say it.
Sure, but like I think even Google like has literally access to your actual emails.
They have access, but I don't think you assume that there's some dude who's reading your
You might
emails.
not assume it, but sure. But
you assume that there's someone that's not someone that there's like a program that's scanning your emails, looking for CCM content or illegal content and things along those lines, and doing it. I think that's fair to assume. What's not fair to assume is that some dip Googler who hangs out in CompSci is reading my emails. Trying to determine something bad or good.
People were saying that the girl actually ended up reporting it though to Twitch. So like the DMs happened in 2017, it got reported, and then for whatever reason, Twitch took action in 2020.
I don't know. That's what people say in your chat, and I have no bearing to that.
Well, you don't think that was released in the articles? You think people in my chat are just randomly saying that? They're not referring to stuff that's already been published on mainstream media websites?
I didn't hear that in Outpost, so I don't know how much I can trust that. I've heard other things. Outpost is in Rust. So I didn't hear that in Rust. I did hear some other stuff in Rust. I heard that there was some threats that went on not to release certain things to the person, but I don't know if that was true or not, and that was a mitigating factor. Regardless, here's what I know for sure. If there was a lawsuit, okay, the DMs would have been a part of that. So I know the doc has...
There's probably, to be clear, real quick, there's probably no lawsuit at all. I don't think any legal has ever been litigated in court.
I thought there was... First off, when you say lawsuit, there was legal... Okay, lawsuit, I don't know. But I do know that there was certainly legal letters sent between Doc and Twitch, and there was a settlement as a result. And a settlement typically actually does happen between a court.
My guess is going to be is that there absolutely wasn't a lawsuit. That'd be my guess.
Wait, no.
Although people
if he says there was a settlement... That necessarily involves the courts, does it not?
My guess is going to be that when he says settlement, what he means was he was probably contracted by Twitch for some period where he was guaranteed some amount of like base cash plus incentive or whatever. And
Sure.
because they wanted to ban him, which also means probably terminating his contract. Well, Doc is probably thinking like, well, hold on, you're going to terminate my like bullshit. Like we need to figure out a way to either make me right or do essentially to settle this out.
It was
very
much a cat and mouse game, I think, between Twitch and Doc at that point, where it's like.
Yeah, it's like, well, who are they guessing? Well, okay, well, do you want to make this public or not? So my guess is when he says there was a settlement, he just means that like they paid me out for like the rest of my contract, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. How much would you bet that Doc has a copy of the DMs as a result of all this?
I don't know how that matters for anything.
Hold on. Just answer the question. Do you think Doc has a copy of the DMs as a result of his back and forth legal shenanigans with Twitch?
If I had to guess, my guess would be yes, because my guess is the way that this would play out. My guess would be is that somebody really high up at Twitch, this either would have been handled insanely formally or insanely informally. I don't know which.
Sure.
Because it would have either been like Doc literally gets an email from legal@twitch.tv, like I got for my Rittenhouse stuff, saying, "Hey, just letting you know, we're going to be terminating your contract. It's been fun."
See you when I see you.
Yeah. Or because Doc obviously has like relationships and everything with Twitch. It might have been that like the people at Twitch or the one or two like main points of contact at Twitch that negotiated with his either team or him reached out and said like, hey, listen, we've had this thing come up that we saw. We need to figure out like a way out of this because we obviously aren't comfortable going forward with you. And we know that we promised you whatever contract and we need to figure out a way to make this okay for both of us so that we can like both walk away from this. That would be my guess for how those communications started. So in the process of that, because you probably have 7 or 8-figure contracts involved, maybe, especially when this was happening. This is when Twitch was signing 7-figure contracts with tons of streamers, like socialists like Hassan. You have these huge contracts going out. My guess is going to be is that Guy, that's what I call him because we're best friends. Dr.
You're
Disrespect,
best friends
yeah.
with? No, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a lot of similar hobbies. My guess is going to be that Dr. Disrespect probably contacted his legal team. They probably wanted to know how bad things were, like what the liability or exposure was. So in the process of going back and forth with Twitch, they might have requested like, oh, well, what DMs exactly are you talking about? And maybe Twitch shipped those over. So if he has that, my guess is it would be through a process like this. That'd be my guess.
If I had to guess, I would say it's 95% odds that he has a copy of the DMs. So I would say to the doc, release the DMs, unless they're a lot worse than you're making them out to be, because they sound pretty bad. I'm pretty sure you have a copy of them. If I had to guess, you probably don't want them released. You can. You know what? Here's the deal. It can either help you or hurt you. and they haven't been released. So that makes everyone think that they don't help you very much.
My guess is going to be, when it comes to DMs like this, they literally can either hurt you or really hurt you. I don't think there's any DMs, because let's say it was just him being minorly flirty, it still hurts him more than not to not release him. Absolutely.
I don't agree with that. I think it can be like it could be not to that level. It could literally be, as you said, like, hey, and suck my dick, stop messaging me, or I don't know.
Here's what I think we can probably assess. It probably was here is what I people in chat are saying this.
Do you think it was a meetup?
This is what I think. Okay, I think that he didn't. I don't think he took Twitch to court and made a huge public stink about fighting to be back on Twitch or fighting for his contract. I don't think he made a huge stink about that. If he genuinely felt like he was super in the right, I feel like he would have publicized that way more, rather than just like, yeah, you know, I got banned and I don't know what it was for. Well, I don't think we did anything wrong, but we're just going to stream on YouTube now. That makes me think that he knows whatever it was bad enough that if it was a huge public ordeal, he would end up looking really bad. That's my guess.
I mean, I think it has to be as bad as we're assuming, based on the fact that he's saying, all right, gamers, time to ride off into the sunset. Like, did you see that where he said that? Like, he got fired from his own game studio. He's doing streams where he's basically saying, hey, I think that's it. It's time to hang up the spurs and call it a day. I think
it's too much money for it. Like, look at how much I've and cried about being banned off Twitch. Like, I'm irritated about it. He's literally, he must have been signed like just lump sums of cash, like high 7 figures. Not like when guys are like, oh, I make 6 figures, and when they say that, what they always mean is 104,000 a year. I mean 7-figure contracts, like probably like 5 million plus, if not like 8-figure contracts. Remember, Twitch is signing huge contracts now. He's exploding. Battle royales are like the most popular game type. There are major companies that are trying to work with him. He's got a whole, right? He walked away from that and made less noise than I did, than Mitch Jones did getting banned off Twitch.
True.
Not only that, not only did he walk away without making that much noise about it, truly he didn't, nobody else signed him afterwards either on some huge exclusive thing. So
I wonder if you think YouTube got him for free?
Did they get him for free? Yeah, I don't think they paid a deal. I don't even know if YouTube did deals with anybody, or they might have done a few at one point in time. But I think YouTube probably got it for free. Yeah,
there was some sites back then that were doing stuff. Remember, like Caffeine and things like. And someone was like, "Oh, hey, did you hear this person got $30,000 to stream a month?" And I was like, "Who?" Literally, there was Caffeine and a few other ones. But yeah, that whole thing died down. Right now, it's really pretty much just.
Oh, people are saying right now that he used to mauled at YouTube for signing so many other people but not giving him anything. I know that I think Ludwig and Lily got deals, but there was a very small period of time, I think, where YouTube was actually doing it. I remember when Mixer existed. Was that Microsoft?
Oh, Mixer, yeah, Microsoft.
Good old Mixer.
She ate that destiny.
All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.